What's good, Liberators? Fingers here, and I wanted to make a video to thank the 212 people now that have subscribed to the channel. A while back, someone asked if they could take a look at my Demon Compendium, and I said sure, and I want to make good on that promise. So, Doid, buddy, this one's for you, and thanks for subscribing to the channel. So let's take a look at what I got. And I figured to just go through each one, and I'll just shoot off at the mouth on what I think about them. Of course, we got Demiurge, real game changer, locking down, repels, drains. I never really played with them all that much, but I run up against them all the time, and I just love demons like this that add new levels of strategy to whatever you're trying to do, because he definitely allows you to do things, to do team comps that no other demon can do. And probably my personal favorite, the Hero Masakato. The things you can do with this guy are absolutely unreal. I'm a big fan of speedster teams, and this guy is just the cornerstone of any speedster team you're trying to run. And of course, we got Metatron, quite possibly the biggest disappointment of all demons. Grade 99? Grade 99 for Metatron? I just can't. I can't. I love your robot angel, but God, you need a buff and you need it bad. And we get the General Masakato. He was a staple of my defensive team for a good long while, and the bane of many people's existences when he first came out. But times being what they are, we've all learned how to overcome this guy, but still love that design. Awesome. And we got Lucifer, who's making a resurgence as of late because of his panel 4, which is very cool. I like seeing old school demons revitalized, mixing things up. I like it. I like it when now he didn't break or shift the meta in any significant way, not like Uber Beals when he popped up, but he's coming back. I'm actually seeing teams with him and Lucifuge in 2021, boys. In 2021, we're seeing Lucifuge, Lucifer teams. So fucking A. And of course, we got the Hyper Beelzebub. This guy don't mess around. You all know what he can do. He's frigging everywhere. And this guy dragged Earl Connick back up into the mix, because Earl Connick came out, and I was kind of meh on Earl Connick. And you saw him a little bit, and then he kind of disappeared. Then Uber Beals comes out, and now Earl Connick Beals teams are everywhere, and I hate them with a passion, because they do that double Tarunda on you, and so no matter what you do, you're starting off the fight gimped. Damn you, you sexy fly. Of course, the Hero, the OG Gacha exclusive Yoshitsune, the single target slayer. If you got one guy left on the field, this guy is your best friend to take him down. I can't wait to see what his panel 4 does. I would love it if they did something a little different with his panel 4, perhaps making Hasutobi a single target attack instead of the multi-target attack, so you could literally focus fire anyone you wanted, or something to that effect. That would be cool to see. That would be very interesting. And we got Vishnu, who's also making having a bit of a renaissance these days. His panel 4 giving him an intimidating stance. I used to run this guy as my PvP team back in the day. I was running a double stance team with Cert, Zongqi, Vishnu, and old school psychic Koholin, and it worked pretty well for me way back in the early days of the game. And we got that purple dang bug that we all either love or hate, depending on how many panels you got on him and how often you use him. Y'all know what he's about. I don't run him, but I certainly run up against him all the time, and I can see why people love him. He is a PvP beast. We got the deity Arda, who I never use. I pulled this guy, I think, when they first came out, I believe it was him and Angra, if I'm not mistaken, and you got like free summon files for these guys. Some of the events they give you the free summon files with the potential to pull this guy, and I think I got him off of one of those. I could be mistaken. And despite him being fantastic, I mean, heavy single target attack that also heals you, I never use him. I only have him in his basic variety. But I gotta find a place for him. I gotta do a DX2 Demon review on him just to run him in PvP and see what I can cook up with him on the team. And one of my personal favorites, the Asura Lord. This guy hits so hard he might as well have a mortal attack, except without the mortal tag on his attack, which also nullifies death prevention. So basically, he's just a one-shot murder machine in all but mortal name, which is why I run him all the time. And he just recently got a buff, which is all the better for me. Love to see it, Clapmaster. We got the infamous Mother Harlot, who I also ran a lot in PvP way back when. She pissed a lot of people off, including myself, when she first came out with her first round charm attack. She's basically the reason where everyone in PvP had ward brands on every single one of their demons, no matter what. Back then, she made the ward brand meta come alive. That has since fallen out of favor to accommodate for more. Okay, we've got a demon that will wipe away ailments, so you don't need the ward brands. You can get the speed brands on and other stuff. But yeah, I still love her old bones. I just started running her again recently, just for a couple of videos, and she is a blast, especially with that panel 3, keeping the charms charming. And an old Demopocalypse standby, Seraph, increases damage if you hit a weak point for all your party members. An essential slot in any Demopocalypse team, and he's got a real cool design. And we got the Doot heard round the world. One of the original Skelly Bros, who I also just recently ran in PvP. Ran him for the first time ever, because I pulled this guy, stuck him in Demon Dispatch, never used him once until I broke him out for a PvP video. And he was a lot of fun, especially, I believe I have his panel 3. Yeah, I got the panel 3 on him. Yeah, he is a blast, and he comes with that. As long as the demon is alive, minus 25% to enemy mute auto cure rate. When you see demons with these panels that ensure ailments stick, they are huge. They make a noticeable difference. Mother Harlot's got one. He's got one. It stabilizes ailments to a ridiculous degree. So watch out for that. Of course, Virokana, who I've never liked. I think I pulled him on when they came out, when the trio of, I believe these are SMT2 base demons, we got the free files, and he popped up for me there, and I proceeded to never really use him, though I'm sure he's got his uses somewhere. We got the Fury, the dimensional Shiva, who I've seen run to great effect in PvP. I never ran him in PvP, but he can be a monster. He's got halfway decent agility. You can slot him onto a speedster team, and he can hit hard if you build him up right. And the classic Shiva, who's never really had a chance to shine. This guy's got one of the highest strength stats in the game, but he never came with a pierce effect. And his unique skill, Pralaya, is practically useless. I really hope they do something with this. Even with this panel 4, it's like, you gotta get panel 4 on this guy just to make him baseline viable with the physical pierce. Come on. Purple Boy here deserves better than that. Toki Sada, who, yeah, he's pretty cool. Brands of Sin, you can get some action with this guy. He's great in light Demopocalypse. But other than that, I really kind of slept on this guy. I forget where I stumbled upon him, but I definitely didn't go out searching for him, but he popped up somewhere along the line. And you know what? I'm still glad to have him, even though I hate his design. Like that outfit is just ugh. Okay, this guy needs to get a gay personal stylist to teach this man about fashion. Just get on that, Toki. Lucifuge, who I also ran for the first time fairly recently, did a PvP video with him. And Lucifer had a lot of fun with it with his panel 1, decreasing almighty MP consumption for Tyrant Demons. Really cool to run him with Lucifer, letting him double tap Morningstar round 1. It's a fun strategy. Maybe not the most efficient when all things considered, but still, I like demons like this that add that. Like here's a demon you can base your team around, the Lucifer Lucifuge combo, and I like that stuff. I really do. Take it beyond the simple. This demon hits really hard, and lets you mix things up a bit. Mahakala. Oh, I love this guy, especially if you got him and you're running Fire Demopocalypse. He is an absolute truck driver. I got to do a video on him soon because not only is his design awesome, I love elementally themed demons, and this guy not only looks cool, he not only talks the talk, he walks the walk. He backs it up with his unique set of skills. Floros Hillel, who I wish I had panels on him to make him pop just a little bit more, but his baseline is not too shabby. I would trade him for an OC Hillel in a cocaine heartbeat. But again, this is another one. I believe they gave us free summon files for this event, and he popped up for me there. And I didn't gun for OC Hillel or him when they came out. I was sleeping on OC Hillel. I thought, I was like, yeah, he looks cool. It'd be cool to have him. But I was kind of like, take a pass on it. Turns out that guy's the all-star of physical Demopocalypse. He will catapult you into the top 3% if you got him running with the right team. He's pretty much, if you want to get up in the top 3% now, you need OC Hillel. And so, I don't have a complete compendium, nowhere even close to a complete compendium. And that's not even counting the event, the crossover demons. Those don't go in your compendium. The dimensional demons are not in your compendium either. So I am missing dozens and dozens of demons. But who knows, maybe one day I can rectify that. Mott, the king of Demopocalypse, especially if you got that panel 3. And I really want to do something with him in PvP, just because, his panel 3 on your second and third turn, he gives you an extra press turn, and there's something there. He doesn't have that pop that Hiro Masakato has, where he's just giving you that first turn, which is so huge. This one, he lingers, but if you can get a team going, like some of these slow roller teams, these stubborn teams with the Earl Conics, and the Uber Beelzebubs, there could be something there. There really could be. I gotta look into that. But yeah, I like Tombstone Demon. Like him a lot. Fiend, Zod, hate him, never run with him. I like the concept where I believe his attack is based off his... oh no, that's not him. That's the other guy. That's the stone guy. But yeah, I believe this guy was free. Never thought much of him. Never really used him. Marichi, who... again, I only ran just recently to have some fun with her chain effect. And as far as a demon on your team that can be your heavy hitter, your single target, blast people down, you could do far worse than her. I would take Asura Lord over her, but she can do an admirable job, especially since she'll be able to double tap with her Daylight Blade into Shimmer Arrow and help get rid of some of those enduring souls and whatnot. Plus her design is awesome, and I contend that Spear Marichi is best Marichi. And we get Fiend the Skull Knight, probably the most actually Guts got some serious play too, so I don't know. Guts or Skull Knight here were probably the best of the Guts crossover. The only time I use this guy though is Hell's Park 100. This is the one time I break him out to take down King Frost every month. But hey, I gotta make a Skelly Bro team of all fiends, all skeletons, and do a video like that. I really want to do that. And there's probably a space in there for this fiend. I believe I'm gonna say that he qualifies as one of the Skelly Bro guys. You got the Fiend, Nero, probably the only decent Devil May Cry crossover guy, just because anytime you can get a demon that auto charges himself up, he uses his unique skill and it concentrates him, so his next skill is 125%. That's insanely useful, as anyone who runs these guys in Demopocalypse can attest. And he's probably the only crossover demon that I'll give a thumbs up to. Of course, we got Mara, the classic. I will refrain from making any innuendo here. You all know this guy. He is an SMT, old faithful. And a dupe, and another dupe, and another dupe. I can't get away from this guy. And we got Michael, another angelic disappointment. Aside from Light Demopocalypse, this guy is just, even with his panel 4, which I'm not exactly, what does his panel 4 do again? 30% to battle speed, gives him light pierce. Yeah, so it's like, you need this panel 4 to make him mildly functional. So this Orange Menace, thumbs down. And I like my fashy angels, man. I like the fascistic angel side, especially in Devil Survivor. Try doing the escape route, and I believe it's the original Devil Survivor. And if you manage to escape the city, the ending you get is the angels, spoiler alert, you gone? The angels come down and rob humanity of their free will because they no longer deserve to have it because you chose to peace out. That ending always stuck with me. Love Devil Survivor. We need Devil Survivor 3 ASAP. Callie, single target blast master. She's alright. The only time I get her and play with her, though, is in Demopocalypse. But hey, if you're looking for a single target slayer in PvP, you can do far worse than Dancing Queen here. And Undead Alice, still out there, still running amok in PvP. You still see her everywhere, and for damn good reason. I use her primarily for farming Origate. If you can get a speedy demon with curse everyone. She double taps. Fastest way to farm any floor of Origate, bar none. Check it out. And normal Alice, who on paper she should be far more useful than she comes off. I've even got the Dark Pierce weak on her, which is essential for her. And one of the few demons where the weak pierce skill is essential. Just being able to just murder seems like it would be more useful than it is, but you never see her. And part of that is she's got that low agility, so you can't get in there turn 1 and just delete a couple demons off rip. So I wish that she had more flex to her. Who knows? Maybe I can figure something out and get her back in the mix just to see if you can do it in 2021. And the mother of Megaten, Izanami, one of my favorite designs, and the original. This lady, basically, her and Izanagi, basically kicked off the entire Megaten franchise. It's good to see that she's still in the mix, though why we don't have Izanagi yet is beyond me. Get on it, Sega. We could use that ASAP. Dupe. And we got Indrajit, who I really like and who deserves better than just a reskin of Dimensional Shiva. It's green Dimensional Shiva. You hate to see that, where they just recolor a demon, especially for a 5-star demon. Come on, say you can't be cheaping out on us like that. But this is another elemental specialist. I love those hyper elemental specialists, and he, while not as hard hitting as Mahakala, still like him a lot. Fantastic in Electric Demopocalypse. The hero Huang Di, who broke the game so many years ago, but has since fallen into disfavor, you could say. even though I still use him to farm physical altar world, so he does still get some play in my game. Huang Long recently made the big comeback for Tokyo Abyss. However, that's about it. Who knows? Maybe with that panel 4, the Golden Dragon with the Almighty Shield will make a glorious comeback. And another dupe. Oh, I got a common Huang Long. I got to do something with that. I got to fuse something with that. The new Koga Saburo, who I like a lot. If I had panels on this guy, I would be running him. But as you can see, I've only got him basic variety. So I've got other demons who serve his function better, but still like him a lot. It's fast, hits hard. If you got him, if you need someone good, someone speedy, hard hitting for your PvP team, oh, you can do a lot worse than the Saburo. And we got the human Beelzebub, aka Fat Shiva, who this guy causes me more problems in PvP than Uber Beelzebub fly form does, because I run Asura Lord on my random team who does the physical almighty attack, and this bastard puts up that physical almighty shield, and it really throws a wrench in my plans. Fortunately for me, most people chose to go with Uber Beelzebub instead of this guy, even though I would argue that he is the superior slow roller Beelzebub. So if you're looking for your intimidating stance team, he is probably a better fit than Uber Beels, at least in my humble opinion. Norn, one of the best designs in the game, in my opinion. I love Clock Demon here, and she's got some cool mythology behind her. I will need to talk about her at some point, and she is fantastic in Demopocalypse, as you might imagine. Of course, Vasuki, basically the apology demon to ice enthusiasts of the game, even though he's still kind of I mean, Ice Demopocalypse, fantastic. Everywhere else, not so much. So, still working on that. I'm sure his panel 4 will finally give him Ice Pierce. Or wait, does those panels give him Ice Pierce at all? Not at all. Okay, so yeah, get on that, Sega. We need some more Ice Pierce demons in the mix. And got the dupe and the one exclusive angel that I was able to pull, Uriel. It sucks having only one of the set. You know, I'd love to get all 3 of these guys and talk about them. And I love their concept. I love how they tried to make the angel team, where it's like, yeah, you want to run these 3 together, just like the Moiray sisters. I love that, where they release like a set of demons that work really, really well together, even though these guys really can't hold up in 2021. Still, when they first came out, they were everywhere, and if they were fast enough, oof, you were in trouble. You had some problems. Ball, badass, hard-hitting force demon, another elemental powerhouse. Love to see it. One of the kings of the mob wave of Force Demopocalypse, and another one of my favorite designs. If you want to see some weird stuff, check out his original coloring. Like when he first came out, he's like purple and gold. It's so it's hideous. I am really glad they chose to subdue his colors more, because he looks real cool like that. Real cool. Rama, game changer when he first came out, reinforcing drains. And it took me forever to do. It took me probably a year to finally randomly pull this. No, actually, no. I used a choice file for this guy. The first ever 5-star choice file that they gave us. I had to grab Rama just because he's what I like to call a game changer. And again, when I say game changer, I mean a demon that allows you to exploit tactics that no other demon can let you do. And at the time, Rama was very rare in that regard, reinforcing those drains. So, yeah, heck to the yeah. I gotta pull him out of retirement, figure out something to do with that boy. Belial, aside from having a cool design, I don't think all too much of him. great for Fire Demopocalypse. Other than that, he just looks like a really cool demonic, classically demonic demon. The Dimensional Lakshmi, best healer in the game, bar none, healing you every turn, throwing up shields every turn, giving you MP. Long form fights, she is the queen. I gotta talk about her. I gotta talk about her at some point soon. Gotta get on that. Guts, who I only pulled the common Guts because I didn't go for these. I don't really go for the crossover demons all that much. I've seen people put them to pretty good effect in PvP, but other than that, crossover demons can get bent. Guan Hu, another demon who came out, broke the game, and has since receded into the annals of history. I still like him. I gotta figure out a spot for him, especially, look at this. I'm, 20 spirits away from panel 3. And I was almost like, maybe I could use those universals, but then I was like, when was the last time I used Guan Yu? So just, So I need another advent for this guy to pop off. Cybele, and again, another demon whose realm is just Demopocalypse. It's a shame. She's got one of my favorite designs, and not because of the skin type blue bodysuit. I've always liked Cybele and how she looked. And I do love demons that add on, that allow you to go above and beyond Tarukaja, where she adds fire damage. What is it, 10-15% increase? I believe it's 10% damage increase to fire attacks for the whole team. I love demons like that. And another hyper elemental specialist, Zhao Gongan, another one of my favorites. This guy, panel 3, giving crits to your entire team. Get some. If you are new to the game and you're fusing up demons, I would recommend this guy as one of your first fusible 3-panel demons. He was the one once they released his 3-panel, that's what I dumped all my mag into. I had to panel 3 him ASAP, and that stratagem has served me well for many fights. I still use him today. Brands of Sin, certain Kiwamis, not Ultra World, Hell's Park. Insanely useful. You can probably break open all of the PvE content with this guy alone. And a dupe, and another dupe, and another dupe. Thanks for that, Sega. Alilat. Back in the day, this guy was all over PvP. People would give him Charm because he had the highest luck stat in the game. He reinforces your repels against pierce attacks, though way back then there was only like 3 demons who had a pierce effect on him, so it was, but still, really cool. Looking forward to seeing the panel 4. Maybe he can make a comeback, although I don't see myself dumping all that mag into, fusing up, paneling these multi-fusion demons, so unfair. They only give you 60 spirits each. They gotta do something about that. At least for the multi-fusion demons. The classic Lakshmi, perhaps the most useless demon in the entire game, despite having what I believe is the highest magic stat. That might not be accurate in 2021, but I do believe she still has the highest or second highest magic stat in the game, and she is completely and utterly useless. All she does is she's got a charm that's slightly more effective. Lotus Dance, we got a 60% chance to inflict charm. Come on now. This girl needs a buff. She needs it bad because she gets no play anywhere. Earl Connick, back in the mix. He's all over PvP now, running with those uber Beelzebubs. And he is a Tokyo Abyss All-Star. Like him for that. I really want to rework my Earl Connick and try out this. Basically, you see the teams with Ji Wangmu, Uber Beals, and this guy. And they're very, very effective together. I believe Reika did a video where she rocked that team in Battle Tower, and he was crushing it. Pretty sure it's a he. He was crushing it. I get confused with the anime avatars. Can never tell. And another dupe, and we got the Tyrant Azazel, and aside from looking cool and rocking the world's greatest bat codpiece, I never rock 'em out. And of course, we got the Moiray sister, Atropos, what need be said. They're great. I never run them, but you know what these bad bitches can do. I don't need to tell you. Anat, still see plenty of Anats running around in PvP, especially on those speedster teams. It's her agility's it's not great, but it's just enough that you can run her on a speedster team with other super speedsters like Kartikeya and just rock the house. If she gets her shot off, oof. Still viable, even today. Res Velgar, another one you see all the time on those speedy PvP teams. I am not a big fan of Res Velgar. I'm a Shrosha man till the day eyes die. We got dupes for days on him. Adavaka, I like Adavaka a lot. I don't really use him much. I did when I had my double stance defense team, but I've since swapped that out. He reinforces repels, which is awesome, and his what's it called? Enemy annihilation. It's quite bestial. That design. Look at how intricate that design is. All the detail on him. Fantastic job, whoever modeled this guy. You killed it, bud. You did it. A Pale Rider, part of the Apocalypse Riders. I need to talk about these guys as soon as possible because I really want to make a Skelly Bro team and rock these guys up because I've never used them. I never used any of the 5-star or even White Rider, the 4-star Apocalypse Rider. I just never, fractional damage never really appealed to me in PvP, but there's something to be said there. There's something there, and I want to check it out as soon as possible. Ixtab, the murder goddess. You kill her, she kills you. Fun little gimmick. I like demons like this with weird little quirks. And you can still see, and I actually did run her in a recent PvP video where I used that very same tactic where she was just there to die. And it is still loads of fun. I almost regret leveling her up and giving her, again, 20 spirits short of her panel 3. Samael, who, another one I would rate as one of the worst demons all around, despite the fact that he's interesting. Special attack, almighty attack, and it inflicts 4 ailments, I believe. His Alter World weapon is fan-freaking-tastic in Tokyo Abyss. But other than that, I never really used this guy all that much. He's not great in PvP and PvE. Ailments aren't really the best way to go. Seth is pretty badass in certain Kiwamis. If you can get this guy hitting hard enough, just healing himself back up, it's something to behold. And I believe he's got one of the highest strength stats in the game. Just heavy hitting dragon, single target attack. Unfortunately, he never came with the Pierce effect, which was his great downfall. I'm sure his panel 4 will rectify that, but again, 4 panels to make something baseline viable. Oh, come on. They're doing the dragons dirty in this game. And one of my favorites, Barong, or as I affectionately refer to him as Tar Dog. The first DX2 Demon review I ever did was on him. It was terrible, but still, I wanted to talk about this guy just because in my head, I see him as mentally challenged. So while all your demons are fighting for their lives, he is just sitting there in the middle of the battle, dancing like it's going out of style, completely oblivious to the dangers that surround him. Siegfried, the second I leveled up my OC, my teal OC way back when, to level 50, I pulled this guy like the next day. One of the first 5-stars I ever pulled in the game, because back then 5-stars were, oof, man, it was hard to get. It took me like 5 months to get a 5-star demon playing this game, and he was he the first? Yeah, you know what? I think he was my first 5-star pull, and then they handed out a free Origami Thor shortly after I nabbed this guy, and I still use him for certain Kiwamis, although, you never see him in PvP, which is a shame. So who knows? Maybe that panel 4 will break some new ground. with him. Ananta, another old school PvP favorite. He gave you the full luster candy if you had him in Psychic. He has since vanished off the face of the earth, but Tokyo Abyss is pretty badass up in there. Original Cert with Dimensional Cert. This guy is just why? Why even talk about this guy? You get Dimensional Cert, who is this guy times 20, which sucks. He used to be on my original defensive team, but all he was there for was the intimidating stance. Really, man, I want to get me a Dimensional Cert. That thing is pretty badass, but it just makes me sad to see this guy because I like his design far better than the Dimensional Cert, though Dimensional Cert is orders of magnitude beyond this guy. The Kishin Thor. I like Thor. I like him a lot. He is an Electric Demopocalypse god, Thunder God. He earns his title. Wish we could see more of him in PvP, but alas, his special skill is for single target slaying and not groups of 4, unfortunately. Ashura, still use old girl here today. She's fantastic. Sweeping away ailments, reviving people, giving you 2 extra press turns. Love her to death and love that booty. And Mastema, who I thought this was a girl for the longest friggin' time, and I still confuse him with her just because until like he does his battle animation and you see that he's got like a man's chest, right? He's completely covered up and he's long hair, the drapes. It was very confusing, but I do like him, and he is probably the only other demon where a pierce weak skill is optimal to get on there to make him especially useful. Shrosha, be thy name. I loves me some Shrosh. If you don't believe me, watch my Shrosha DX2 Demon review where I gush all over this Herald for like 20 friggin' minutes. Master Therion, just recently took him out for a spin. He's pretty fun. He's not the most effective demon out there, but great design, a lot of fun to play. The Fallen Floros, who I'm told is a rock star in physical Demopocalypse, but mine is sadly, tragically unpaneled, so I am sitting on the sidelines for now. Maybe I'll go on a multi-fusion binge and dump a bunch of mag on him next time around, but I may have other prioritas. Another Moray sister, you know about them. Bad ladies. These are some bad bitches. Another Apocalypse Rider. I gotta make that Skelly Bro team as soon as possible. As I said before, I haven't rocked these guys all that much, so I gotta test that out because their designs are fantastic. Susano. This guy came and went pretty quick, which is unfortunate. I still use him in physical Demopocalypse, but he is a unique case where he is specifically designed for defensive teams. He literally has a skill that will only function when he's on a PvP defensive team and nowhere else in the game. Or if you pass your turn, he will cheap shot you, which is very, very interesting and very unique because as far as I know, there's no other demon like that who has a skill that exclusively functions on PvP defensive teams. And we got Nurgle. I ran this guy for a while, way back, Charm Mute team, and he's got decent enough agility that you can get him on those Speedster ailment teams. Although he's got that great strength, but I never used it. I was using him solely for the barrier break weakness, and I didn't give him any physical attack power whatsoever. Got to find a way to add that in because his panels, I do it as panel 3. He gains the physical pierce with that. So yeah, do some great things with this guy. The classic Amaterasu, fantastic healer early on. The Dimensional Lakshmi blows her out of the water in this day and age. Still, she's got that wholesome girl next door look, and we love you for it. Ishtar, one of my favorite female designs because I've always been a fan of sundresses and short skirts on girls, and she's got one of the finest fashion senses of any SMT goddess. We get a dupe. We got Fury, Susanoo. Like this guy a lot. Beast and Force demo. Absolute beast. And this guy helped me get through at least one of the Celestial Guardians up in Origate 2. He was essential for that ridiculous burst turn 1 strategy I ran for it. Just barely eked it out, and it was largely thanks to him. We've got another dupe, the Tyrant, Hecate. When she first came out, she was all over PvP. Not so much anymore. BDSM furry goddess. I don't even want to think about all the hentai that's been made with this lady here. Because, crossing SMT demons into the hentai world's bad enough. Combine furry with that phrase, and oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Dimensional Koholin. This guy's great. You can run him on a speedster team, speedster magic team, or a speedster physical team, and he comes correct. He's fast. If you got him in psychic, he comes with that enduring soul. I ran him for a while when I was competing, like at a legend tier. I would have 5 or 6 teams ready to go, and he was definitely on one of them. Fafnir, whose only real use these days is in Tokyo Abyss, if you're running those poison strats there. Other than that, old boy is useless as all get out, which is a shame, because he's got an interesting tweak where he makes poison like 3 times more deadly. But who the hell is running poison strats? But still, I like weird quirks like that. An interesting thing, if not very effective. The Black Frost, one of my favorite designs in the game, because this guy don't let anything get him down. Just keeps on marching, keeps on smiling, curses you into oblivion, and then he throws an absolute bitch fit whenever he rocks out. Daisujo, another game changer demon, immune to ailments, can wipe ailments. This guy, essential if you're farming that Brands of Sin 12. And that's really the only place I use him for, though he's still all over PvP, as you all probably know. Classic Koholin, used to rock this guy all the time back in the day. He is fantastic, one of the few demons who originally come out with a pierce effect. So he was one of my street sweepers for Origate 1 and in PvP. He gets no action these days, but still, respect. Never forget you. The brand new David, just did a PvP video with him. He is loads of fun and probably one of my favorite designs in the game and favorite animations in the game. And another Moire sister, what more need be said? We get the Zitzi Meadle, who another fantastic design. I ran her on my ailment team probably a year, maybe more or so ago, and I had an absolute blast with her. She's got another weird skill set that I like it when Sega, and with these newer demons, they're doing a lot of weird things. I dig it. And we got another crossover demon. One is the Guts crossover guy, and screw crossover demons. Another crossover demon, screw crossover demons. Garuda. Ooh, absolutely essential for the Force Demopocalypse. This old boy here can hit, and hit hard. If you want to get into the top 3% of Force Demopocalypse, he is a requirement for your team, because that's how Demopocalypse works, okay? Doesn't matter if you've got all the good transferable, like Force skills. Nah. If you got an elemental specialist demon, that's the one. You'll get blown out of the water. Your mediocre specialist demon will blow out your fully maxed out, super good Brands on a basic attack kind of demon. And I like this design a lot better than the classic Garuda design that they gave us. Frost Ace, another one of my favorite designs, and just conceptually, a Jack Frost who wanted to become a superhero. Heck yeah, and that Superman punch, can't beat it. Another Apocalypse Rider. I'm going to get on that. I'm going to make that Skelly Bro team. It's happening. Cardicea, another one of my personal favorites. Fastest demon in the game. fastest gun in the West and the East and the North and the South. Get him, panel him, if you like running fast, of course, because you can slot him into anywhere just for that speed and just have him pass his turn. Fill him with auto skills and just have him pass his turn every time and just use him for his passive abilities, which are fantastic. Asura, who is completely goddamn useless. Wish there was more to him. Got an interesting quirk, where if you use a multi-hit attack, it goes straight to him. So he's kind of like a shield, a tank, but completely useless everywhere. Gug Mashlug, I rock this guy farming physical altar world, and conceptually I really like him where he's got Earthquake, which uses his defense for his attack, so you can spike up his defense to the extreme and double that up with his attack power, which I like that. Conceptually, I like that a lot. And if his accuracy wasn't complete garbo, he would be a fright. If he had Pierce too, that'd be great. Orcus, perhaps my favorite demon in the game, the Hellmouth, and another one of those weird demons turning weaknesses into strengths. The Bulwark, just if you're running a defensive team, this guy is fantastic. He used to be all over PvP, not so much these days, but he still has a special place in my heart. And if you notice right next to the door, there's a little placard there that reads, "Go to hell," which is a very, very nice touch. And we got Lilith, who she's there. She's there. And I always wanted to do something with her, but I never had a spare Dark Pierce week to play around with Allure, because I got the panel 3 on her, which adds bind to that Allure effect. So she'll charm and bind, which I always thought would be really, really cool to run. But alas, no spare Dark Pierce week. And by the time that came about, I was able to do something like that. She fell far out of favor. And we got the original Garuda. I believe he has the highest agility in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Cardichaeus still edges him out speed-wise because of his panels, but I do believe that Garuda might have the natural agility bonus over him. I'm not 100% sure. One of these guys is 1, one of these guys is number 2. Super fast. I used to run this guy on my ailment team. Had to rig him into being my speedster ailment guy. I had him charming enemies. And he worked quite well in that regard. And we got the Quetzalcoatl, another old school PvP favorite of many a people. Can revive everyone in your team without committing seppuku, like with Rakarmdra. You have that natural all revive. So as a result, you'd see him paired up with Alilat a lot, because you can make him teal for repel physical, so it shut down physical sweep teams. Real defensive style demon. Unfortunately, he doesn't get much play in this day and age. And that is all the 5-star demons that I am currently rocking upon. I've got every other 4-star, every other fusible 4-star in the game, and several 3-star, 2-star, 1-stars that have leveled up to 50 because I just had all this fodder that had nothing to do. And I'm pretty sure this video has gone on for a super long time. So I hope you enjoyed checking out my compendium. Thank you to the 212 people who subbed to the channel. Hopefully I can keep putting out some stuff that'll make you think, put a smile on your face. Just remember, Liberators, don't get captured.